Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs, it's Sebastian Envy, your strong style nerd, your strong style cinephile. Let's geek for a minute. This has been on my mind for a while now, and it was just emphasized in the last episode of The Flash. It was your typical Groundhog Day type of episode where Nora keeps going back in time to fix the death of one of the show's beloved characters and fails and conveniently 52 times until there's a heart-to-heart with somebody that helps her figure it out. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, where I am is a thought that I got percolating into my head thanks to a couple message boards I frequent and kind of contribute my thoughts. Now, what if the big bad of the season was, in fact, Nora herself? Now, it's been stated, unless I'm misremembering, that Cicada may or may not be the end-all, be-all villain for the season, that if he crashed and burned as a character, as a villain, that they had a way to dust off Thawne and make him the guy. I would hope he would not be the guy, because after Season 1, after Zoom, after Savitar, I've kind of had my fill of speedster baddies. But, of course, after The Thinker, I've had my fill of crappy baddies, too, so maybe the Flash just can't win with me. Now, for my money, they screwed the pooch on the Rogues and the opportunity to have them be a season-long kind of story arc against Flash and company. Now, Nora, we know, came back in time to help her dad avoid his disappearance in the upcoming crisis, and while the time for the crisis was further off, I think Nora's actions have kind of moved it up, closer, and of course we know the title for next year's big crossover is the CW version of Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, as stated by her partnering with Eobard Thawne, Eobard, I killed the Flash's mother, tried to rewrite reality, and teamed with dimension-hopping Nazis to take over the world, Thawne. She's desperate to save the Flash, and clearly it's just not above messing with the timeline, and it's even worked out that the timeline is malleable. Now, stick with me for a second. What if she's faced with that fact that no matter what she does, no matter what hoops Thawne makes her jump through, that ultimately she cannot save the Flash? But she keeps going. She keeps trying, timeline be damned, to save Barry. She starts making questionable decisions that she tells herself are for the greater good, and those decisions get more and more dicey, morally challenged, and just plain wrong. But Nora's on this path, this slippery slope, and she's determined or stubborn enough just to see it to the end and see if it ends with her saving her father. Of course, Barry was weirded out by having his grown-up daughter, appear before him in the present, but he's since warmed to the idea of having her around, knowing he's slated to miss it in the future. I mean, right now he can be a parent, he can mold her into a better speedster, a better hero. He's getting important time before the impending crisis. But what if it turns out that Nora is the crisis? Or a crisis that he has to tackle head on. I mean, the CW loves its drama, right? What would be more dramatic than Barry battling his own daughter over his life and all of time and reality itself? I think that would be amazing. The fallout between him and Iris, the fallout between Nora and Iris, throw in some Thawne, and heck, even make Thawne the grand manipulator of all this if you want him to be the main villain after all. I mean, take some chances. Of course, I don't think they will. I think we'll have to ride out the Cicada storyline for a lot longer. While it has largely been a disappointment, in my opinion, with an annoying amount of plot-induced stupidity from the ensemble cast in order to stretch out the story, it could be saved by the revelation that Grace could possibly be the Cicada of the future, and she could maybe be controlling Cicada in the present. I mean, there's ways that they can go with this if they do it right. I mean, we'll see. But if it was me, I was writing the show, Nora, it's just taking Nora. And just, when she first jumped on the scene, she was this bubbly, happy-go-lucky, person that showed up at the wedding, and then you find out who she is. I mean, just to see that, to follow that track from happy, bubbly to just spiraling into madness and ultimately just out-and-out villainy, of course, for the greater good to save the Flash. She'd still, in her mind, be the hero, and aren't those the best villains, the ones that think that they're the heroes of their own stories? I mean, it's ripe with potential and just awesomeness, just right there. But I don't think they're going to do it. I'm just talking. I'm just spitballing. I mean, that's what videos like this are for, or message boards and fan fiction and, that sort of thing. That's what it's all for us to have fun and kind of speculate where stories can go. Those are my thoughts. More importantly, what do you guys think? Do you think Nora could work as a big bad overall? Do you like Cicada? Do you like where things are going on the Flash right now with this season? Because we had some highs with the Flash, we've had some lows with the Flash. So where do you think we're at on the Flash? Let me know what you think below. Comment, like, subscribe, share the video if you think other people might dig what I'm saying. Of course, you can follow me on social media. That stuff's down there. And just got more videos coming on a wide variety of things. Got some wrestling coming this weekend. Cannot wait for that to go places, kick faces with the CWF once again for a CWF taping. Got to check us out. If you haven't seen us before, you got to see me do what I do. But in the meantime, let's talk. Let's converse. Let's geek.